Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy, the Showbill today. We are back again with another stream. How are y'all doing tonight? Let's see. We got a few people on already, both YouTube and Twitch. Yes, we are running on both right now. So first off, let's say, what's up, Nina? Ghost, how you doing tonight? Yeah. We talked about something last night that we had talked about months ago, and I ended up getting a video from Nina on Discord. Took a look at it and then did a little bit more research. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about right now, we're gonna go back into this whole situation with the 4 murdered Idaho students. All right, yo, believe we should get predictions up when you're in game so we can do more with points. I try to do that. I try to remember to do that. The biggest problem is that I don't have mods or anything like that who can control that whole situation while I'm in game or whatever, because I'll try and focus on chat and then be focusing on the game too. It's where I'm always fucking up because I'm always turning my head looking at what's going on in chat and everything, and then I forget to throw in the predictions and all that other stuff too. I would love to do that. I'm gonna try and do it more. Give me a couple seconds. I have to check something really fast. But how's everybody doing tonight? Scope, what's good, my boy? How you doing? Jeez, I'm getting a message back to back. Oh, that's nuts. That is nuts. Okay. Hang on one sec. Scope, how you doing, man? How's everybody's day been? I hope it's been good. I almost killed myself while getting out of the shower earlier today. I don't know how the fuck you trip out of the shower after doing it so many fucking times in life. But it was slippery. It was slippery. I legit almost tipped out and then would have hit my fucking like the sink area. Like if I'd have fell, I thought about the distance of my fall and I'm like, yeah, my skull's about to no. So I've had an interesting day. Busy, funny, and I almost died. So yeah, make me a mod then. I have no issue doing that. It's just like, I mean, a lot of times when I'm on, you know what? Fuck it, why not? Hold on, let's see. Damn, Nina got all kinds of badges. God damn. There you go. So yeah, there. Anyway, you were kidding, but hey, why not? I need to put like a few of you all as that anyway. Like honestly. I'm like, B was one, Scope was one, but Scope wasn't on for the longest time. Plus that account got banned forever, so it was impossible to have him as one. All right, so there's that. And I still have to make adjustments to some of the rewards and everything else. I don't know how to be a mod. Well, you know what? Maybe you'll figure it out. Maybe you'll figure it out. It's honestly simple. I forget who. Somebody made me mod for them while they were on. I know Scope did it once, in fact, too. And I looked at the mod screen. It's not that threw me under the bus. Hey, you threw yourself under the bus, all right? So. But you guys know, like, you guys have the ability, you should have the ability to clip certain things. You should have the ability to do, like, a lot of different stuff, even just in chat. But I think it also depends on whether or not you're on PC or if you're on, your mobile or not. That's another thing. I'm sorry. I'm trying to send this message. It's going to take one quick second. And it was, understand it. There we go. I'm on PC right now. Scope, you could probably explain to her. I know Scope knows how to mod. Scope was my mod for a minute too. There's actually, it should have given you the ability to do something to where you can go into the mod section. And in fact, since Scope is on right now, and he has been more often, there, you're modded too. But yeah, you guys should be able to clip stuff. You should be able to do a lot of different things already. All you have to do is ban the shit out of everyone. Nah, don't listen to Scope. But no, she doesn't even know where it is that she can go into it to see the mod settings. See, now you go start something crazy. Okay, all right. Oh, you see it all? Okay, so yeah. So, what the hell? My music just like jumped super loud. So as I said, we talked about this last night with the whole situation where the 4 college students were murdered out in Idaho. We talked about it when it first happened. Now, as a slight recap, if you don't know about this, 4 students were murdered in a home. There were 2 other individuals. I may be clicking random stuff. Hold on, let me take a look. Do I see anything here? Usually sometimes it'll show me what's happening, but for the most part, I mean, it's essentially on you guys. But you should, okay. Trust me, just ban everyone. All right, there should be something that allows you to create. It happened before. Yeah, exactly. Scope was banning a lot of people. There should be something that allows you to like manage predictions, all kinds of stuff in there, Nina. But let me switch screens real quick so I can actually get into what it is we're supposed to be talking about real fast. Game capture. Okay. All right, you found it? All right. So, back in, what was it? I think it was sometime in November, we were actually talking about the 4 students. You can pin comments. There you go. Like you have everything at your disposal right there. All right, so back in November, we talked about the case where the 4 college students out in Idaho were murdered. All right. 4 people in their home. Done. The trust with me is strong. I don't think you're gonna go fuck nothing up. All right, that's what it is. But the 4 students were stabbed to death, and then there were 2 other people in the house at the same time. Initially, I could have swore they said it was 2 other guys that were there, but it was another guy and a girl down on the bottom floor. The police said that nothing came of it. There was no evidence to anything. There were no suspects, and no one saw anything. Well, like I said, Nina sent this video over to me here, and I watched through this one, but then I went and I started doing a whole bunch of other research, and I actually found something that I think I can pull up right now that we can actually check out. And I'm going to break down and tell you right now, pretty much everything they said at the beginning was a damn lie. I was right in what I said, though. When it came to the weapon, I told you guys, based on everything they had said, it was one of 2 things. That it was either a excuse me. That it was a very specific type of knife. They still have not found the murder weapon, and it turns out that, yeah, it was a K-bar. All right. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. But it's something that a lot of people in the military will know a great deal about. Yeah, specifically Marines. Now, they haven't found the murder weapon, but based on the sheath, yes, there was a sheath that was found there. They know it was a K-bar because it flat out said on the sheath K-bar and USMC. Was it someone that was in the military? No one knows. But let's take a quick look at this video here just to see what information they give and then I'll give more information. Because last night, after watching are you serious right now? Yeah. After watching what we watched last night, in that little update, that was nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, let's see. First off, let me switch. Okay, we're already at 125. Let me know if I need to adjust the volume on anything. Let's get this cracking. So, God, her voice is so goddamn low.
Division of District Court. This is State of Idaho versus Brian C. Kohlberger, cause number CR 29222805. Mr. Kohlberger is present in court. He is in custody. He is appearing with his attorney, Ms. Taylor.
So they got him in court immediately.
This is set in the matter for initial appearance. Mr. Kohlberger, I am going to advise.
And remember, this is just the initial appearance. He'll have to go back in. I believe it's on January 12th. And then after that, they'll probably set an actual date for any form of trial that's coming up. But he is facing multiple murder charges, and what they're saying that he could end up with death or life in prison.
You of the rights that you have in this case. I am going to go over the criminal complaint with you, and then we're going to discuss setting the matter for further hearing. You have the following rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to the presumption of innocence. That means the state bears the burden to prove that you are guilty of this offense beyond a reasonable doubt.
Now that's important right there. They have to prove without a reasonable doubt that he's guilty of what he's being charged with. And people have to kind of keep that in mind, because I know a lot of people are making videos on this, talking about it, everything else. And before I even go any further, I'm going to say it right here, right now. Like, we could joke around and be like, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. You know, you can say that all you want, but the fact is, oh, now you have to get a cat. I used to have, we had 4 cats and a dog. And they all 4 cats were kind of like very, very much each one, like they had our kind of mentalities, I guess. There was one spare cat, which essentially she just hung out with everybody. Now you need to get a kitten. 10 out of 10. You made the merch, so now it's a must. You like that? Yeah. There's a lot of new merch that's on there right now too. It's not done. It's not. There'll be more stuff, but there's a lot more. Guys, obviously, Skunk don't like kittens. Kittens are great. When they get into full-fledged cats, it's like, okay, now you're annoying. But anyway, yeah. So I'm not saying he did it. I'm not saying. Let me just report you real quick. I'm not saying this guy did it. I'm not saying he didn't do it. But the evidence that that I'm gonna kind of give out to is stacking the cards against him, very much so. All right.
You have the right to a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is a probable cause hearing. At that hearing, the state must establish that more likely than not, these felony offenses were committed, and you were the one that committed the felony offenses. Trial set within 6 months of your appearance in district court. At both your preliminary hearing and
okay, we're going to skip past this.
Did unlawfully enter a residence located at 1122 King Road, Moscow, with the intent to commit the felony crime of murder in violation of Idaho Code 18-1401 and 1403. The maximum penalty for that offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is not less than 1 year in prison, no more than 10 years in prison, and or a $50,000 fine or both. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 2 alleges that you committed the felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Brian C. Kohlberger, on or about November 13, 2022, in Latino County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill.
So notice that she said with premeditation and malice and forethought. That's huge. That's huge. And initially it looked like when we watched that video yesterday, it was a thing of, how is he tied to this? When I tell you, Right now, it's going to be like, oh, oh. But they definitely have him tied to that house at the very least, if not the individuals.
And murder Madison Mogan, a human being, by stabbing Madison Mogan, from which she died, in violation of Idaho Code 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. The maximum penalty for this offense, if you were to plead guilty or be found guilty, is death or imprisonment for life.
So they're laying it out there. It's almost looking like this is going to be a capital offense. That's how they're going to run this case, or this actual this trial. That's what I'm guessing. This is going to be a capital situation. He will, and I'm willing to bet with 4 individuals and the way it was done, yo, they gonna put him to death.
You understand?
Yes.
Count 3 alleges that you.
It just goes all.
And Mr. Thompson.
The state's position is Mr. Kohlberger is not entitled to bond in this case.
Direct or indirect.
Okay, so it's not gonna go over the other stuff that I'm gonna tell you guys, but essentially, this is where they got him. Damn, they got me twice. Hydrate, my bad. I missed the first one with Nina. And scope. So, this guy, it says you did 22 minutes ago. Oh, damn. I just did it twice. It says I'm first. I read hydrate. I was reading scopes and I attested it to both of you. All right. So this guy, when we were questioning how he was actually connected to the people in the house, they found out. Well, what I found out is that he had actually driven past or been around this house on 12 different occasions. Yeah, that's fine. It's not overpowering my voice, is it? So they found out that he had actually gone past this house on 12 different occasions. For what reason? There really should have been none, from what I understand. How he was caught was that the cell phone pinged off of the tower near the home on all occasions. Yeah, Nina, let him do what he. But not just that. On one occasion, he was actually pulled over outside of the house, and this was prior to the murders. Next up, when they actually said when they said that there was no information on anyone in the area, anything like that. Well, one of the things that wasn't said was that there was a white car matching his description, unknown plate, that was near the house that evening. To make matters worse, to kind of tie that into it as well, during the murders, his phone didn't ping in the area. But somewhere within the time after, all of a sudden his phone pings off in said area, which kind of looks like he committed the acts, turned off his cell phone during that point in time, and then turned it on while he was trying to make the getaway, which you're an idiot. For as much as he knows about criminology, for as much as he's studied this, for as much as everyone thinks that he's a genius in this situation, well, he was stupid enough to turn his phone on while trying to make the getaway. 5 days after the murders, supposedly he went and got his license plate changed. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? He should have just left his phone at home. The facts. He said, wow, I see how it is. What? It's not, I'm sorry, but you're muted in my mind. Oh, wow. Y'all trashing each other. He should have left his phone at home. He should have yo, I'm being bullied in chat. But that's part of the things that actually got him. The Reddit post that they threw out there is kind of a smoking gun. Okay? It's kind of a smoking gun because of the questions that he asked, or the things that he asked for in that Reddit post, asking to speak to other criminals and things like that, saying that he wanted to understand their mind state, how they felt after committing the crimes that they had committed. Did Reddit help catch another criminal? Look, I've seen it. And what's funny is Nina made a statement yesterday about how if you look at him, he actually looks like the type to do it. Well, I said he fit the type of profile that would be created for an individual like this as well. That's kind of a bad look for you to put out such a post after this happened as well. That's what makes it even worse. This wasn't before. He had one before, but then he's put out one afterward. That just doesn't look good at all. Okay, so let's talk about the coincidences so far. Yo, big brain moment. Hey, yo, let's talk about the coincidences so far. First off, you're around that house on 12 different occasions. Okay? Someone said that they saw your vehicle within the area afterward. A vehicle that fit your vehicle's description. The Reddit post. Okay, we can all say, that's not that big of a thing. But then it gets worse. Next up, in the house, the young lady who survived the situation said that she saw the individual in the home wearing all black, gave a description. It fit this dude's description. The only thing was he was wearing a mask that covered his, mouth and nose. But he had bushy eyebrows, everything else, bushy brow. We talking about Rock Lee right now. But, I mean, we saw him. He got the bushy brows and everything else. The height and the body build description actually matches as well. How it is that she possibly survived and how it is the other roommate possibly survived. Nina, you said that you probably thought he didn't know. I'm going to say that you're probably right that he didn't know that they were there. But also, how did she see him, but he not see her? Well, you have to think about that. You're in the middle of either being about to commit cold-blooded, cold-blooded. That's exactly what this dude was. But if you're in the middle of committing, an act, or whether you're about to or you're trying to get out, it's dark in the place, everything else, you're not really paying attention to the consequences of someone else catching you. If he premeditated this in the way that he did, oh Lord, if he premeditated this in the way that they're assuming he did, he figured he went in, did what he had to do, and then got the fuck out. He wasn't thinking about anyone else potentially being there. 4 people, that's probably all he had ever seen going in and out of the house, no matter how many times he cased it, because that's exactly what he was doing on those 12 different occasions. If he committed this act, he was casing the joint. Well, wait, if she was awake and seen him, why did it take them so long to report? That was my next thing. In that case, no. She reported it that night. The cops lied, and rightfully so. Here's what we all have to understand. When it comes to, the police, detective work, different stuff like that, they're not going to give out all the information right away. The more secure or the more the more a criminal feels like they're not being sought, the more messy they get. All right. And in this case, it worked out to where this is where it gets better. All right. It worked out to where not only did they lie about that, but the evidence that they actually found that night is what led them to him. Remember how we were all asking, how the hell did they get potential DNA evidence? Well, the knife sheath was left there. On the button, if you know anything about having specific types of knives, and I know from like K-bars and everything else, typically, you have your sheath, but then you have a little metal piece right there on the front that you're flipping up in order to pull the knife out. That's all that was left behind. He was sloppy enough, if again again, presumably this individual committed it, but he was sloppy enough to leave the K-bar sheath behind. On the K-bar sheath, there was DNA. The DNA, and this is where, people who made all those assumptions, oh my God, allegedly, exactly. This is where all those people who always have that that mind state of, oh, the government's watching us, they're watching us, and if you do those 23andMe DNA checks and everything else, they're just going to have your information and all that in a database. Well, you're not wrong, but technically, a lot of people already have their DNA on file with the government for numerous other reasons. But essentially, yes, one of those tests actually led them to him. When they pulled the sheath, this is where it gets kind of murky. It skips from them having the sheath and the DNA on there, or even the print on there, and it leads them all the way to Pennsylvania to his dad's house, where they pulled his trash and did a DNA check on trash, which had a 99.998, like some ridiculous number, to say that this is a hereditary match to the father, presumably a son, which then led them to him. And after being led to him, what they did was they watched him the entire time. They were purposely pulling him over. Even on the drive where the cop had pulled him over, the reason why that was done was because the FBI had actually put the police onto him and said, hey, we want you to pull him over multiple times throughout that drive, because they were trying to find evidence of any scrapes, scratches, anything else like that on his body. So the video that Nina sent me actually spoke on that, but when I actually went through and did more research and pulled up the actual affidavit and everything else, it was made known that they were pulling him over for such things as, possibly, following too close to the vehicle ahead of him, just all kinds of shit, just to not just keep track of him, but to actually keep checking him out for any potential wounds on his body that could have been healing, which could have pertained to the actual case itself. There was more stuff that it went into as far as that affidavit, but I'm going to say this right here, right now. Even though allegedly he may have committed these crimes, there's a whole lot of evidence that's stacking up against him to say that this is more than just coincidence. They went and pulled all the stops. Facts. They really did. They played a cat and mouse game with this dude in order to come up with all the evidence that they have and pull him in on these charges. In this case, this almost looks like it was smart detective work, not some sloppy, shoddy, thrown together, mishmash of shit to go and just grab any standard individual. What they don't know is where the knife came from, though, at this point, and they don't know where the knife is. All they know is that they had that K-bar sheath, which it's it would be circumstantial if not for the fact that his DNA, or, there was DNA on the sheath itself. People thought, it might have been his father. Maybe his dad was in the military. There's nothing showing that maybe his dad was in the Marines. Hoorah. But there's nothing showing that. In fact, it's more than likely thought that he did exactly what I said he did, which he could have gone to like a pawn shop or to a military surplus store, even, got this thing offline. They kind of had to show possible other killers that if this dude didn't get away, you won't either. But here's the thing, though. For as intelligent as he was supposed to be, he fucked up. And the problem with stuff like this being put out, really, is that it actually kind of gives you, and I hate to say it, but it actually kind of gives you a roadmap on how to better get away with something like this. Because let's think about it. Honestly, if he didn't have his cell phone on every time he went and cased the joint, or if he didn't have his cell phone on him every time he went and cased the place. Would they really have much if he didn't leave behind the most important thing, the sheath? Would he ever have been looked at for this? I mean, look at Jack the Ripper. Dude, still unknown. Facts. No cell phones during that point in time. As far as like DNA evidence, it was really a mess. And in fact, I mean, Jack the Ripper, look at that situation right there. They still, if you look into it, they still presume that it's like 4 different individuals, not one. There's one that they looked at more, prevalently than the others, but they could never actually piece it together to say it's definitely 100% him. There was no internet during that time. People weren't going on Reddit putting out stupid ass. The man lightweight dry snitched on him. If it on himself. If it was him, all that training, everything he went through as far as what he was studying did not work out in the end for him because he made way too many mistakes. That going to change the license plate 5 days after on his car. I mean, the only time I've had to go and change my license plate was when somebody stole the tag off of it. They have a bad problem out here where people are like in parking lots, whatever, and they are stealing the tags off of license plates. And they forced me to replace my whole entire plate at that point in order to get the new tag and everything else. Slice it up some. Exactly. That's what I got told. I just had, all I had to do was just put an X in it. That's what the people at the DMV told me at that point in time. They're just like, exit with a razor or something like that, and you shouldn't have that issue anymore, because then they'll have to like piece by piece it. But then again, I've seen people still do it just to be dicks, because they know more than likely you're going to have to, waste time or pay money, whatever. And they think they're smart enough to pull it off without ripping it apart. That's how you know you're in the hood. No, that's the crazy thing. I'm talking at grocery stores and shit. That's what I'm talking about. Not even like in your own like carport or driveway, anything like that. But people do it out here. It's like, yo, I don't know. It's the meth, I think. The sun and the meth. I don't know. People do the dumbest shit. Yeah, it's still getting taken. Yeah, facts. I mean, and that's the only way I can presume that if his tags got stolen, he was forced to change the plate, or his license plate as a whole got stolen. I've had that happen before, years and years ago. Had that happen. But this is too many coincidences. I don't know if you guys have heard anything else about it, but what do you think? Do you think out of everything that I just told you right now and all the other stuff that we've looked at, how accurate can we presume that, it was possibly him? Me personally, at this point in time, look, we always have to keep in mind, innocent until proven guilty. But when you start stacking the evidence like that, even though a lot of it's circumstantial, maybe he really is going to come out and be like, yeah, I was fucking old girl, I was fucking one of them, some craziness like that. Or I was buddy with another one. But where the sheath was found is the real problem. Let's see. The guy just learned everything in school and was like, let me do the opposite. He said, guilty. Oh my God. Yo, that's true. But it goes to prove that, like, when you're in the heat of the moment in situations like that, I think all logic goes out the door for most people. They can't think rationally enough to not do certain things. And that's what makes it really, really funny, because everyone's been like, oh, he knows so much about this. How could they possibly have him? And even we looked at it kind of from that perspective. I know I did for a second. I'm like, How do you study this and go and fuck up like that? How? Wait, tell me why he looks like that Batman movie killer. The Riddler? Are you talking about the Riddler? Oh, oh my God. That is crazy. But yeah, so I mean, that's no, the guy with the pew pew in the movie. Oh shit. Holy crap. That's crazy. Do a side by side. Let me pull up. Holy shit. Let's see. How should I search this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why did you have to point that out? Yo, listen, I don't say, you know, all white people look the same, but these two niggas do look real close. It's the eyes. It's the eyes. He looks, wow. That's so crazy. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the eyes right there. They always catch him with this type of stare. Always the big bug-eyed, like, yeah, and I'll do it again. That type of stare. They always get him in photographs like that. This dude's eyes just naturally, this motherfucker like straight up just got them eyes. Look at him. Yo. Put a little facial hair on him. Oh, you ain't even wrong. Nina, wow. That's nuts. But I mean, look, I think in this case, they are going to go for the death penalty. I do think so. I don't see how they couldn't in something like this. Like, I know so many people disagree with capital punishment and everything else, but when it's something like this, it was obviously premeditated. I think they said that it goes all the way back to like August, the first time that he actually had visited or cased out the house. Said the police should just hire me on the spot. All you got to do, the FBI, you just look at him and be like, the eyes, it's him. Go get him. Go get him. It's in the eyes. Wow. No, but they said he had been casing the place since like August. So, I mean, it happened in November. Come on now. But, I mean, actually, it might have been a situation where it was sooner than that. It might have been like July or August. One or the other. It's like 3 to 4 months that he was casing the joint out before it actually happened in November. So, if he was watching it, how did he not know others were there too? Right, and that's the thing. That's what I wonder. But I think about that. And I think about a couple of my old houses. So beyond the front door, I had a side door that actually led into one of the main bedrooms. You could get in from that area. And then, of course, the back door and the garage door. Now, with the back door, I had a back fence where I could unlock it to go in through the back. And depending on how you're living in those situations, especially in university, even though you live in the same house, doesn't mean you necessarily like all the time commingle or that you even use the same door to go in. If you live on the lower, if like I said, if there's the two individuals that live on the lower level, there's a very high possibility they were using a separate door that he never saw. I mean, because you saw the layout of that place. Now, I kind of want to pull it up again. Let's see if we can get a quick look at the house real fast.
Authorities in Idaho are trying to track down.
I want to see if we can get a quick look at the house. No, club. Okay, no, not gonna get it. It's gonna take too long for me to find it. But yeah, my thing is, like I said, they have no idea as to why those two were left behind. They don't know. But my thing is, he might not have seen them, or he possibly thought that they just weren't home that night. That's my only guess on it. That's the only thing I can think of, is that he had no clue that they were home that night when all of this went down. So I don't know. Again, you guys tell me what you think. Do you think he's guilty or not? First off, and any clue as to why he could have potentially left them home, other than what I'm thinking, which is he just didn't know they were there. But yeah. Everybody on YouTube and on Twitch, thanks a million for watching. YouTube, go ahead, leave your thoughts in chat and definitely in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, and if you're on Twitch, go ahead and give a follow if you haven't already. And if you want to subscribe, that'd be fantastic. Feel free to hop into chat as well. So that's all I got on that. I was thinking about doing Tinder tonight, but not everybody's on, so I might hold off on Tinder. Might get into some gaming. I know a bunch of people did not get the notifications because that's always the case. We've been going for what? Almost 50 minutes now, almost an hour. But I think I'm going to take a quick break. I need to hit the bathroom real fast. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Feel free to stick around. I'll leave some music playing. And yeah, Scope, let me know if you're trying to get on Warzone 2.0 or on Fortnite. I don't know why I still can't remember that name. Everybody was talking about playing Overwatch last night, Nina, but we'll wait for a night that you can actually be on, or a night that I actually start earlier so we can do that. Fish night? All right, well, give me a second. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are back. I just read chat. Nina, you outie if you're already gone. But hey, if not, have a good night. We will. I'll definitely try to get on tomorrow. We'll stay on for a while. Get some Overwatch in. Get some good rest. All right. Talk to you later. Okay, so we're gonna get Fortnite started up. Since this is what Scope wants to play right now, we do have to play some Warzone 2.0 though tonight at some point in time. Let me get hey Scope, can you change the you know what I'm talking about. Switch it to Fortnite instead of just chatting. Actually, okay. I'm quick enough to do it. So I had to change YouTube's anyway. To everybody that just hopped on, thanks a million for being here, both on YouTube and on Twitch. Please feel free to hop in the chat. We were discussing the Idaho murders, the 4 students. But now we're switching over to gaming. Let's see. Now, I will say this. Everybody on YouTube right now, if this starts effing up the way it did yesterday, if I start dropping frames, I'm going to have to kill the YouTube stream. All right? Just to let you all know. I hate to say it like that, but that's what's going to happen because YouTube, for some reason, while I'm doing a double stream, is the one thing that just fucks up everything. All right, there we go. We're good there. Cool. There we go. Let's see if... Oh, wait, I forgot. I want to see who else is on right now.
I needed some with some bop in. Let's go.
Hey, yo, that other one. I need you to understand, I've got copy claims all over those videos because of that damn song. Like, for real. I got so many copy claims from YouTube on that song. It's not even funny. Yeah, I just have it muted out of it, but it's a pain in the ass. Like, I don't know why, but when it comes to Fortnite, even though it's like a couple of seconds or whatever, they claim anything that gets played on it when somebody's emoting. That's why I usually try and stay away from people that are emoting because of it. But it is what it is. I'm not mad at it. Fuck it. All right, had to kill that. Nah, that's what YouTube does, though. That's for real. Like, they do that on a lot of stuff, man. It's not... I mean, they hit me with the actual strike with that one video we were watching where we were discussing the news out in France where the girl was, some girl was getting bullied and she turned around and beat the dog shit out the guy. I got a strike. I had my second strike right then and there because of that. I was like, wait a minute. This video is all over YouTube. We were discussing this happening from videos on YouTube. YouTube, I don't know. I've had beef with them for a minute. And that's why, like, people were they were like, you've been shadow banned on there, all kinds of shit. And I was just like, oh, well, it is what it is. I do this just to do it in the first place, but, you know. Yeah. How have we not been put into a match yet? For real? Let's see. There. Bro, how are we not in the match yet? Oh my God. You're in. Yo, you're in the match already. You got to back out. You got to back out. How the hell we have trios? I forgot to switch it after last night. Who the hell is that? That okay. Now we got to switch it back. What the fuck? Why won't it let me switch? And why does it say we still have 3 people in here? We don't. Is that one of your friends? Oh, okay. Okay. Bro. It won't let me switch it back to duos. What the fuck? This is annoying me. Invite me. Throw it on duos. It won't let me switch over to duos. Holy shit. Look, bro, it will not let me switch over to fucking duos. And it keeps saying we have 3 people in here. Thank you. This fucking game. For some reason. I might have to reset it. Just back out and then invite me. There. You got to switch it to duos, though. There we go. All right, nice. Good look. Come on, game. I gotta remember at some point to like every time I get off the game, I'm just off of it. So I never fucking change my settings, and I really need to.